Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking and subscribing the channel is free and easy, and it helps me out a lot. If you want to go a little farther with your support, I have Patreon and YouTube membership available, which includes access to the BoshNRoll Discord server, early access to things I'm working on, sideboard plans, cards I'm buying. You could have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use the YouTube membership option, you get sweet, unique YouTube badges and emotes for the channel. If you want to play what I'm playing, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support my channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com. And if you're playing on Magic Online, a cardhoarder.com loan account can let you play any deck anytime. If you want to wear your support, there is BoshNRoll merch available. All of these links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, at the request of Patreon subscriber Be Your Guard, I am playing their Jund Fling deck. This is a deck that looks like the Asmo food deck on the surface, because there are a lot of the same elements. However, there's a big twist, which is Glimmer Bairn, a 1-mana 1/2 from Modern Horizons 2. You could sacrifice a token to give it +2/+2 until end of turn, and there's 2 Miser's copies of Fling. Just whip that baby at the opponent's face after it's huge. This build of the deck went through some iterations. I put some work into this. The version that was sent to me originally had 1 Fling and 1 Thud was the split instead of 2 Flings, and I think just being able to do this as an instant is worth the extra mana, so I just went up to 2 Flings. The list that was sent also had 4 Scourge of the Skyclaves, which is a powerful card, but I think that in a deck that's generating food, you don't really want to be doing that sort of thing. It seems sort of not really to fit into the main plan. So I turned that into additional copies of Oval Chase Daredevil and Asmo, put some cats in here. I sort of moved it away from like a mid-range Jund deck that could also fling sometimes into a more dedicated Asmo deck. And it was also a Collected Company deck when it was first sent to me, and I replaced those with Finale of Devastation. This is much more of a toolboxy thing. Collected Company is a raw power thing, but Finale of Devastation, for 2 mana, you can get your Asmo from your deck because it costs 0. For 1 mana, 1 mana on top of the other 2. 3 mana total, you can get the Glimmer Bairn. If you find yourself in a mid-game situation, Mayhem Devil to close it out, or Academy Manufacturer to pull ahead. Like, Finale just seems like it does more for the deck. It also lets me get away with this small number of cats, which is 2. Normally, these food engine decks have to start with like 4 oven, 4 cat just to get off the ground, but that's more of like a thing this deck does more than the plan. So I like the way Finale ties the room together. And the point of this deck is to generate tons of tokens and then do something with them, whether it's ping your opponent with Mayhem Devil, light up their face with Glimmer Bairn, or whip that Glimmer Bairn at them. This is a package that's built to do that. I also made some adjustments to the mana base. The original mana base had a lot of non-fetch lands and 8 total fetches. But if you're playing Mayhem Devil anyway, which is something that likes having things sacrificed, I upped to the fetch count and lowered the actual land count. Plus I put in 2 Nurturing Peatland, which is a way to get some value in the mid-game out of your lands. If you get a little land flooded, it's also a thing that sacrifices for profit with Mayhem Devil. So just some minor upgrades to the land spread. I also added 2 raw lands. There were 20 total in the list that was sent to me with 2 Ignoble Hierarch, but Ignoble Hierarch doesn't really help this deck's plan in any meaningful way. Like there's a couple 3-drops we'd want to ramp into, but generally speaking, you could take your time on that. So I just turned them into 2 lands, make sure we hit those land drops and get up to 3. And that's where I took the deck. The sideboard, I made some adjustments to. It had some stuff like Ashiok and cards that seemed to be for an older modern format. I stacked this Mamma Jamma against Hammer Time. Really don't want to lose to that deck. The 1 Boil, I really like, left that in there. There were 4 Duress, but I turned them into 4 Thoughtseize because one of the cards that this deck will probably struggle with is Murktide Regent, and Thoughtseize answers Murktide where Duress does not. And I put in 1 Veil of Summer to round out against blue decks on a combo turn, you can go Veil of Summer. Okay, I know I'm good. Go in on Glimmer Bairn, fling it. That's sort of a combo line against like the Omnath, Elemental value blue decks that you might not be able to beat fair and square. And that is the deck. That's the plan. Let's go see how big we can get this Glimmer Bairn. I'm on the draw in the first round. If our opponent is an attacking creature deck, this hand's great. If they're not, this hand sucks. I'm going to keep it though. I have the Oven and the Cat, which I don't play the full 4 copies of either, so just having both in the opener is kind of a treat. Opponent mulled to 5. I wonder if I'm getting dumpstered by Oops All Spells, or if they're just unlucky. Right, a Triome is not a card that's going to be an Oops All Spells, because it is a land, not a spell. Drawing Forest was lucky. I didn't want to waste one of my fetch lands on a land that only casts one thing. Like, I didn't want to fetch basic, but I also didn't want to take 3. So that was a good draw. And I did want to lead on green because it's important to cast your Finale of Devastation if you draw it, like so. There it is. Now it's time to decide, do I Finale right now? Do I just get my cat running? I think I can Finale next turn and just spend my mana this way now. Have a couple foods ready when the party starts. I don't have the Daredevil, so I'm not going off with Cookbook yet. I don't think I'm at the place where I'm going to just start turning lands into food, because lands will be good eventually. Ooh, Indatha Triome. That's the Abzan one. Fetch into Steam Vents. I think we're playing against Niv Mizzet, or some Bring to Light pile of some variety. That is all 5 colors between their 2 lands. Oh, Jesus. What is happening? Is World Warrior Dragon Modern legal? Did I miss a reprint? All right, begin the slog of catting my opponent. Academy Manufacturer. I might not be finaleing this turn if you're going to hook me up with that. Oh, I just misclicked and missed my attack, but hopefully that 1 damage isn't too bad. Whoops. Oh, I definitely want a green source. I'll get Stomping Ground, just round it out here. Bang, Manufacturer. I wasn't going to turn lands into food, but turning lands into food, treasure, and clue is a totally different world. I could actually Finale right now with the treasures. Like, they could try to remove Manufacturer in response, but I have Cookbook as well, so I could just make 3 tokens. What is this? Reveal cards from top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. Put the reveal card on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you reveal an online card, calibrated less deals damage equal to that card's mana value to any target. And they're not targeting anybody currently. Okay. You're going to discard a card to make a food token. Oh, is this like a 1-card deck and like all they have is like Emrakul's or something? I don't know. I'm going to sack my food to get my cat back in, gain 1 life in response to this. Okay, here is this card. They revealed Emrakul. Okay. They're doming me for 15. Understood. And then I get the 3 tokens from the other thing. Now I can Finale up a Asmoran. And hope I'm not dead. Asmoran, which can tutor up another Cookbook. If we're just getting dumpstered by this spell, then we lose. But here we are. Okay. That puts me to 3. Oh, okay. I get it. That's kind of cool. All they do is put this Calibrated Blast spell on the stack. Wait, what just happened? Oh, they misclicked and forgot to cast their spell. We take those. I'm dead next turn anyway. But, yeah, this can retrace, so any land kills me. Anything I can do about this? Yes, attack. Hope for the best. Alright, sack my cat, make my things, bring the cat back up with a food token. I think I need to start sacking clues. Like, I need a Glimmer Bairn, but even that's probably not good enough. Clue. Yeah, the ship has sailed, I believe. I can gain 3 life, but it's going to cost me a life to do it, and 15 is a greater number than 5. Yep, doesn't matter. You're up. Any land kills me. Any spell kills me. Yeah, okay. Ooh, Autochthon Worm. Okay. Yeah. I get it. I see what's going on here. This is probably a really bad matchup. See what I can do about this. Thoughtseize seems reasonable because they're not doing a whole lot. If I could get Chalice on 3, they can't actually win. Calibrated Blast costs 3, right? Gonna have to just be sure about that. Oh wait, the Calibrated Blast doesn't necessarily hit Emrakul or Autochthon Worm because they have that Throes of Chaos or whatever it's called, Retrace spell. So they can sometimes whiff and only deal 4. Okay, their deck is kind of a mess, but they did hit the 14 drop and the 15 drop on their 2 reveals. Okay. I think Chalice on 3 is a noble goal to dig to and use Thoughtseize to get myself there. Boil, they did have an island. We saw one island. Keeping them off 3 or 4 mana could be relevant, but I don't think that's the line. Azmoran's actually kind of bad in this matchup because they have no creatures to kill. She is a 1 mana 3/3 though. I think I just need to put my foot on the gas and try to kill my opponent. So I think the Cauldron Familiar and the Witch's Ovens can come out. I still have the Cookbook, Daredevil thing, Academy Manufacturer. So I think Manufacturer is probably on the slow side as well. And then I bring in these 6 disruptive cards. My combo is still largely intact. Their win con is regrettably red instead of blue or black. Okay, I'm going in with this. Chalice on 3 as a game plan in a deck that barely ramps at all. Tough matchup, tough crowd. Okay, I have Thoughtseize and Bairn and Fling. I'm going to keep this. My life total does matter a little bit here. Like, the difference between 15 and 16 life could be an attack step. So I am going to take it slow. I'm going to lead on Cookbook. Next turn I can Azmoran plus Thoughtseize. They can't turn 1 me. Like, I don't need to Thoughtseize right away. I could probably wait even longer, actually. This is kind of awkward. That Goose is both, like, good and not good. Which, not ideal situation to be in. I have to get Stomping Ground on this one, I think. Alright, Stomping Ground's here. Regrettably, Azmoran is as long as you've discarded a card. I can't Thoughtseize them and get it going. My options are lose the Fling, but that's my burst damage. Lose the Goose. Don't Thoughtseize them. Guess I'll Thoughtseize them and decide what my hand needs to do. Okay, they have Calibrated Blast and 4 lands in their hand. Alright, I'm going to discard the Goose and get in on Azmoran. Okay, just going to have to burst damage before they find a spell they can cast. And Fling is the way to do that. Really hope I draw a Daredevil. I have 2 Cookbooks cooking now. 3 Cookbooks cooking. Back with Azmoran. Play Bairn. Play Cookbook. I don't think I'm going to play the 3rd Cookbook unless I draw a Daredevil. Because I can discard this one to represent 4 damage between the attack step and the Fling. Radiant Fountain, sure. Yeah, their deck is just full of every tech land that exists. Heat land's pretty cool. They don't have red mana. So they can't Calibrated Blast me right now. Do I have lethal? 3? 4. If I discard these 2 cards, then I get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to attack for 10, which puts them to 9, and then I can Fling for 7, which is not lethal, so no. I'm going to draw off Peatland. Really looking for that Daredevil. Alright, Thoughtseize, not bad. Going to attack with my 2 creatures, and hope they don't have In the Throes of Chaos, or whatever that card's called. Or just hope that their Calibrated Blast whiffs. They're cycling Rockrun Triumph. Okay. 1 less red source. They played a red source and passed the turn. Back up Azmoran. Alright, the second one of those doesn't do anything. Now they're at 15, which is a smaller number than That's 19. Let me make sure my math was correct. +6 on the Glimmer Bairn is 7 in combat, 7 on the Fling, so that's 14, 15, 16, 17. Yes, okay. I have enough damage now to do what I want to do. Just hope they don't have a removal spell, but removal spell would be kind of a wild thing for them to have in their deck. Go time. I'll make my monster grow. They go to 5. Really wish I had one more mana to Thoughtseize them on the way out, but let's just kill them. Bang. Yeah. We flung somebody. It happened. Count it. The league is a success. Does my sideboard plan change at all? And I don't think that it does. We're not set up for this matchup, and just going fast is the plan. So I'm going to keep doing it. Okay. Thoughtseize, Chalice. I'm going to keep. Let's hope they don't have Leyline of Sanctity, because I don't have a plan for that one. Okay. They kept 6. That's lucky. Seems like their deck doesn't keep hands very often. They played land go. I think I want my Baron in play, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with these Thoughtseizes later. I'm going to fetch Overgrown Tomb right now, in case I need to double Thoughtseize next turn. There's my boy. Oh, they're fetching in response. Did they board in Lightning Bolt in their Cascade into damage deck? They did not. What even is going on in this? It's like a little oof creature in a Bumblebee Halloween costume hanging out with a deer. Weird. Street Wraith is cool. If I find an Asmo, I can cast her. Get our Thoughtseizes in here. Oh, there's all sorts of cards now. 2 Calibrated Blasts. All right. Good thing we had double Thoughtseize. Take 1. Fetch. Take the other. Let's get to work here. Okay. That's why you wait on your Thoughtseizes. If they drew one of these Calibrated Blasts off the top, then I wouldn't have been able to take it. Not cycling my Wraith. Not in a hurry to do that. Oh, hell yeah. Let's cook. Yeah, the combo here, if you've never seen it before, is Oval Chase Daredevil comes back to your hand every time an artifact comes into play. So when you discard it to make a food, that puts an artifact into play, and you just get it right back. I'm just going to pass here. I think getting to 6 mana for this Chalice might have been a complete fever dream. Uh-oh. They're fetching. Did they find the Cascade thing? Or did they just draw another blast? Oh, shit, you can just cast this card? I guess this works. Okay. Okay, so they have a 4/4 flying now. Got it. And each creature you control has Vig if it's white, Hexproof. Okay, yeah, so just sure. All right, that was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. My food engine can keep up with that card for the most part. Gonna get a Stomping Ground tapped. My colors are all set up here. The Goose. The Goose can get loose. Gilded Goose. They can't block Glimmer Bairn because it will die. They'll lose their Drago. Or maybe they think that's important because I am representing Fling. Awesome. Eat up. Eat up. Goodbye. That was cool. Gonna just make a food now. I can go to 13 in response to if they have land right now, they can actually flashback the Calibrated Blast. Uh-oh, they've reached the critical mass. I was not able to fling them quick enough. This card's an instant. They don't even need to operate on the flashback. Thoughtseize is past the point where it's helpful. Yeah, I was able to disrupt, wasn't able to close. I need the Calibrated Blast to whiff. I actually need 2 Calibrated Blasts to whiff. That's rough. I guess I can just attack with Glimmer Bairn here. That's all I got. I imagine they will end step one of these blasts, untap, and jam the other. I have to hope they hit their Cascade card both times. I'll eat this food for whatever insulation I can get. Oh, I'm at 1. I'm at 1. Well, they have another card in their graveyard, and they have Reminep Ruins in play. Maybe they'll miss somehow. Oh, they killed me with Sunscorched Desert. All right, this was a weird matchup, and a very tough one for the deck with no stack-based interaction. Yeah, Chalice on 3 was definitely a pipe dream. But we did fling them. We got a game off of them, so count it. on the board. Next round. I'm on the draw in round 2. Kind of a risky one-lander. It has a goose, and it's on the draw. I'm going to keep it. I have 21 lands in the deck. Let's do this thing. A Scalding Tarn strategy. Ooh, the Bairn is here. I'm going to get, I think, Overgrown Tomb. Red is a splash color, even though I have 3 red cards in my hand. I think Overgrown Tomb will play the game the most for me, assuming I never draw another land. But I'm going to draw one next turn, so don't worry about it. A Ketria Triumph Sacred Foundry deck. So we got 4 colors over here. Oh, this is some sort of Scapeshift thing. Oh, and they missed their land drop off Explore. I hope I can hit mine and punish. Oh, yeah. We're in there. Do I just... I think I Bairn Familiar here. I think I want to get on board and be ready to throw before I commit the Mayhem Devil. Oh, I should have played Cookbook, discarded the cat instead of casting the cat, I think. It's mostly the same thing. I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter. Aggressive Iteration, that's a good one. I would really like to draw land, especially a fetch land. Dwarven Mine, okay. They did not get the 1/1 off of that. Oh, maybe this is Indomitable Creativity instead of the Scapeshift. Second Fling's definitely not what I'm looking for, but the good news is I can Goose, make a food, or I can Cookbook and discard one of these Flings. I think I want to make a food with Goose. What does this clock look like? So I can, if I play Cookbook now, I actually end up with more food over the course of 2 turns, because I can discard one of the Flings and then discard one of the Devils. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Explore, okay. Hard Evidence, okay, yeah, this has to be Creativity. This is not Scapeshift. They have all these weird token makers. Strike It Rich, okay. They're ready to go off next turn. So I'm going to try to put damage on the board now. Cookbook, discard, Devil. I'm not sure if this matters. I'm just trying to hide Fling from them. Ooh. That's a turn late. Okay. How much can I do this turn? I can attack for 7. Yeah, we got it. Okay. Attack with my creatures. And as long as that treasure token doesn't do anything, then we're good. I'm going to discard another Devil. I don't need to show them Academy Manufacturer. Like, I don't know if it's going to affect their sideboarding at all, but like, I've already shown them Devil as a card in my deck. Don't need to show them more cards in my deck. Swing. They're out of here. All right, straight racing combo decks that miss their land drop. Let's do some more of that. I'm not going to lie, I don't really know how the Indomitable Creativity deck wins. I know it like turns tokens into real permanents, but I don't know specifically how it does that. Thoughtseize is going to be good in this matchup. Creativity costs 3. It's like red, red, red X. So that's going to be a 4 or 5 drop. So Chalice is not the line. I don't think it kills with anything that Veil of Summer would break up. I could bring in some Ancient Grudges to like blow up treasure tokens, but I think racing them is going to be a better strat. And if racing is the strat, and this is basically the same thing as last round, except instead of YOLO Chalice, I have YOLO Ancient Grudge. I might not even play that. I think that Mayhem Devil and Academy Manufacturer are kind of hopeful. Like, we're not grinding, and those are grinders. And the Oven and Familiar are also grindy cards. Does Oven do anything if I don't have cats? Like, if I'm going to cut one of these cards or the other. Or I could just ignore Ancient Grudge, play Thoughtseizes. Manufacturer is more likely to burst kill an opponent than Mayhem Devil is. Actually, that's not true. Manufacturer is better if I get to play it first and set up. Devil's better if I'm set up and then use that for burst damage. That's actually tricky. Maybe I want one of each in case I finale for them. Maybe I'll switch to Devils on the draw and Manufacturers on the play if there's a game 3. I'm going like this. I'm skipping the Ancient Grudges for now until I see more of their combo and know if that's actually any good. If I get enough foods, Azmoran can kill Emrakul. Just saying. I will be mulling this Zero Lander. This one's a keep. I'm gonna bottom Basic Mountain. It just doesn't really cast spells. When I was putting the mana base together, I wanted to cut the Basic Mountain so bad, but I do think it's important for the Hammer Time matchup, so you can fetch red painlessly to get your Ancient Grudges started. Like, that's literally the only reason Basic Mountain's in the deck. Because obviously you don't need a Basic Mountain to play around Blood Moon. And there's no Wasteland in this format. Just pain-free fetching in certain matchups is the only reason to do anything with a Basic Mountain. Alright, I'm gonna Basic Forest Asmo here. Hope they regret bolting my goose. Get Asmo. Get Cookbook. Okay, 3/3s in play. Begin the beats. At some point, I'll have to cycle the Street Wraith to dig for Thoughtseize or a win condition. It's probably next turn, actually, because finding Daredevil or Thoughtseize are both big deals next turn. It's time to dig. Iteration. Exiled and played Ketria Triome. Ooh, another finale. What does the second finale do? I already have Bairn. I am going to cycle Wraith here. It's time to start looking for more things to do. That wasn't one of them. I can play Cookbook, Bairn. Let's look at the list about this finale. There are Mayhem Devils in the deck. There's Cats in the deck. I have Bairn in my hand already. Azmoran's a legend. I could... Oh, that costs 6. I was like about to say something crazy about getting a Oval Chase Daredevil with this, but that's not actually going to happen. I'm going to play Bairn and Cookbook. I can make Bairn bigger than Lightning Bolt at instant speed because of the food, and I can make a second food to make it even bigger than that. I considered leaving up Fling in case they killed it, but it's going to be really hard to kill it with any damage source. And if I end step food, untap, main phase food, 7 + 7 + 3 is 17. We have lethal. Depends on what their interaction is. Ooh, is this Prismatic Ending? That's not one I was ready for. They're floating white. Seems they're debating which of these creatures they're actually scared of. I hope they hit Azmoran. Yeah. Okay, Asmo's gone. I have another one of those in my hand. I think now I don't need to make the food. Is there any draw that kills my opponent if I make food versus not make food right now? Getting Overgrown Tomb tapped. If I make Overgrown Tomb now, Finale for 2 doesn't do anything. Like if I turn this into a food, I have access to more. No, I don't think that's the line. Oh, this is sick. I get to Thoughtseize them and then Finale up my other Azmoran. Oh, they have double creativity. Okay, whatever. And Dwarven Mine. Yeah, they are actually just like ready to go here. Maybe I'll have to... Oh no, okay. I'm gonna Finale. Yeah, there's not actually a window of priority after they make their dwarf before they can cast... Oh, they have to target creativity. Alright, yeah, okay. This is actually insane. I'm gonna get the other cookbook. I have 2 foods in play. So their only target for their thing right now is a creature that I can kill. That's why they went after Azmoran last turn. I'm not going to play Overgrown Tomb because it doesn't matter. And they can't get up to Valakut this turn. Okay, here's the mine. Mine. Destroy X target artifacts or creatures. Okay, yeah. It's not sacrifice as a cost. Oh, that works. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah. All right, I get it. I lose. I see. Okay, fine. Forgot about fetch lands being a second thing. But they'll get one whatever the payoff is instead of 2. They'll deals an artifact or a creature. All right. I mean, I'm gonna kill one of these. Discard Overgrown Tomb. I'm leaving the second cookbook in hand in case I draw the Daredevil. I can just go off. Prime time. All right, now I just get Valakutted into the dust. That's their payoff. I get it. All right, we get a good look at their deck here. Yeah, they can get land, Mountain Valakut, and pick off Asmoran, and then I think I lose. Creativity, Strike It Rich, Prismatic Ending. Prime time seems to be the payoff. They have Teferis, Aggressive Iterations. Yeah, this deck is super cool. Okay, Asmoran is dead. Come on. Spell. Alright, I was looking for... What was I looking for? Daredevil's not even enough, because that's not... Yeah, now I'm just... Yeah, okay. The window is closed. I don't have time to regrow a creature from my graveyard with Cookbook, so... Alright, them having 2 creativities and 2 things to target was pretty big. Mayhem Devil does control dwarf tokens extremely well. I don't think I want Academy Manufacturer. That's not a real thing. And I can't actually play Chalice on 1 or 2. This is really only in the deck for Rhinos or various Cascade decks. Oil. Some number of their mountains are also islands. Maybe Boil is just a giant blowout that I should be considering. I'll put it in the deck as a banger. I like the finale. Maybe I go down 1 oven. A cat is really bad without oven. That is just not even a magic card without oven. Goose is great. I could go down to 1 cat because I have the finales that can find cat if I have oven but not cat, but oven sucks without cat and vice versa. Alright, I'll go 2 and 2. I think the whole package sucks, for the record. Maybe if I think that, I should bring in some Ancient Grudges, removing their targets, but the Witch Oven with Mayhem Devil does represent a lot of damage very quickly. Okay, and it controls dwarves. I'm just going to go in with this version of the deck. Okay, I have Thoughtseize, Wraith, Bairn. I'm going to keep this. I don't think I'm going to cycle Wraith right away. I want Bairn in play. They have the Lightning Bolt right away. Whatever, good job. Basic Swamp, pretty cool. I'm going to cycle Wraith now. Trying to get something going here. I'm going to run out both cookbooks. I don't need to Thoughtseize yet. The thing they can do costs 4 mana to do it, and they haven't ramped yet or anything, so I'm just going to save that Thoughtseize for now. Explore. They had a land drop this time. Okay, they can win next turn, so it's time to Thoughtseize. Sheesh. Seize you. Please don't have 2 creativities again. Of course they do. Alright, I'll take 1 of them, and then can they get the requisite number of mountains in play? Yeah, they can. They have Scalding Tarn, Fetch. Okay. Well, guess I'm getting smushed next turn. The least I can do is represent removal. Make them maybe slow down a little bit. Yeah, they fetch Rocker and Triome. They fetch Scalding Tarn here. Please cast Expressive Iteration. Yes. Alright. We bought some time. Gonna have to draw a card with Peatland because my hand's real bad. Foothills. They can kill my Bairn. My beautiful boy. Yeah, they can go off next turn with multiple dwarves. Draw. Oh, found the fling right on time. Oof. I will represent. Oh, wait, nope. I'm not going to represent. I'm going to draw a card and hope I find Thoughtseize. That's the play. Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize. Cat's off to you. Okay, here's my cat. Yeah, I should have discarded that to food, or to cookbook. Is there anything that I can do at this point? Like, Asmoran can kill Prime Time, but yeah, the Prime Time... Oh, they're gonna get 2 things, that's right. So they're gonna get 2 Prime Times and I just die on the spot. Yeah, alright. The Asmoran food decks have fallen off largely because the format has become so over the top, and this like nickel and dime kind of strategy doesn't really hold up when people are just like doing shit like double Prime Time on turn 4. So I'm not surprised by this, but let's look for some fair matchups. How about some of those Yorion control decks? Give me that. But here comes the next round. We're about halfway through the video, so let me just remind you that if you like this deck and you want to try it out, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com, and you can play any deck anytime with cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. These links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. On the draw, again around 3. I have a turn 2 Asmo. I'm going to keep this. Oh wait, nope, that's Witch's Oven, not the Underworld Cookbook. I don't have a turn 2 Asmo, and now my hand sucks. Whatever, I'll draw a good card, don't worry. Okay, Teleria West. This is probably Amulet. There's not really other decks that do that. Stomping Ground, get in. Glimmer Bairn, let's go. I have the Bairn and the Fling. Now I just need all the rest of the pieces. Yep, there's Amulet. I have not seen this version of it before. What even is this? Secret Lair drop 2020. Okay. Didn't know they made a Secret Lair Amulet of Vigor, but cool. All right. I am certainly drawing lands here. Play the Oven. Attack. This Castle Garenbrig, like, they haven't had a bounce land yet. And this is the turn where they can pop if they're going to pop. So they get to play Gruul Turf. It untaps. They have a mana floating off Teleria West. If they have like Azusa here, they can play 2 more bounce lands and activate Castle. Tireless Tracker. Okay. That doesn't seem like plan A to me. Oh, Grazer. Alright, their list is kind of weird. But okay. Alright, another bounce land. And they get to crack the clue immediately. And they can prime time next turn. Strong. Gonna get Overgrown Tomb. Tapped mode. Ugh. Drew another Overgrown Tomb. This is not the way. I can't even make a token to fling at Tireless Tracker. This is rough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just dead next turn. Having that Witch's Oven in hand be Witch's Oven instead of Cookbook, I was not dialed in appropriately. If Asmoran's in play and we can make foods, we can kill Primetime when it comes down. Like, Asmoran was a huge check on Primeval Titan decks when MH2 first came out. That's sort of why Amulet isn't as popular as it was before. Wow, they're just on, like, mono trackers. Oops, all trackers. And it's better than Primeval Titan, but it's still bad. I wish Glimmer Bairn could trigger off my opponent's tokens. Just dead in 2 to these trackers, even if they don't prime time, and the Arboreal Grazer can eat a Glimmer Bairn attack. I was going to fetch another Overgrown Tomb, but they're all in my hand. Is black or green more important? Alright, I'll get another Blood Crypt. Or a Blood Crypt. There's only one in the deck. Another fetch land. Okay, I'm going to concede this game. This didn't work. Good news is, our opponent didn't see what we were up to. Bad news is, probably doesn't matter. I think I like Bone Shards, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, like all these black cards. And things I don't like. I mean, the Cat Oven is like looking pretty medium again. So Manufacturer is in trouble again. The Cat Oven producing the amount of food that it takes to control Primeval Titan. Though Cat Oven doesn't actually net food, it just nets sacrifice triggers and 1-point pings, which is not what this matchup's about. The Daredevil Cookbook is the combo for this matchup. I like the Thoughtseize, the Fatal Push. Boil's interesting because they are probably a Dryad of the Elysian Grove deck, where Boil becomes just one-sided Armageddon. But if they don't have exactly Dryad, then Boil doesn't do anything. Could bring in Ancient Grudge to try to control the amulets, or I could just leave a Manufacturer in the deck. I'm currently boarding out 8 and boarding in 7, so I could like bring in Boil or Grudge, or just leave a Manufacturer in. I'm going to go with Manufacturer. Let's try to go off here. This is kind of interesting. If I can discard a card ever, I get to start going off. And I do have the Thoughtseize. I'm going to keep this. I need a discard outlet to get Asmo online, but turn 1 Goose, and then I can Thoughtseize a Primetime in a turn or 2, depending on how they develop. Goose is loose. I could also Thoughtseize myself if I'm really desperate to get Asmo into play, but I don't think that's going to happen. Grazer's in. Right, that was not a super inspired start from them. Ooh, the Bairn. I'm going to check them with Thoughtseize. Oh wow, Amulet was the only spell in their hand. Glad I Thoughtseized. Wow. That's some shit. Alright, Glimmer Bairn, get in. I might use the flavor text of Overchase Daredevil next turn, which is 4/2 for 4. Growth Chamber. They picked up their forest with that. Interesting. Alright, deck, how about a Street Wraith or a Cookbook? Hey, Cookbook. Now we're cooking. Ha ha ha. Daredevil, bring it back. Asmoran, pair it in, get another Cookbook. Sack of food to make another Cookbook. Cook some more. Bring back my Daredevil. Nice. I'm not going to attack. I'll just block, and I'm not spending any foods on this. I have to kill a Primeval Titan if it shows up. Force of Vigor, holy shit. Well, that's some stuff. Okay, fine. What a douche. I'll just draw another one. That's not what I meant. Okay. Time to attack. And I will sack a food to kill the Arboreal Grazer because Goose can make another one. And I gotta be pushing for damage here. Yikes. Alright, Amulet. So that's not unimportant, but it may or may not be what they're looking for at this point, since they already had 6 mana for primetime anyway. They can Teleria West, like, bounce land, untap it, pick up Teleria West, transmute for Summoner's Pact. They can't cast Pact and go primetime this turn, but they can set it up for next turn. Oh, they had a Zusa. That's fun. Get to play their Garen Brig. They had a second. I don't care about a Zusa. I care about Primeval Titan. I'm not spewing off my foods just yet. Transmuting Teleria for Summoner's Pact. You got it. Okay, make a food. I can unfortunately not cast my Daredevil because I would not have enough foods to kill Primeval Titan if I do that. I'm not going to sack a food to put extra damage here. Here's the Pact. There's the Primeval Titan. Crazy Secret Lair art. Spent one of their land drops on Garen Brig. Alright, let's see what this primetime digs up. It can get a Teleria West bounce land and try to go again next turn. Yep, they got Teleria West bounce land. In that case, I'm gonna kill Asmo or kill Azusa now, and then I can untap and kill primetime next turn. They've already used a land drop, so this did just commit me to getting hit by the next primetime. Like they could just combo because I'm out of foods. Maybe that was wrong. Backup Pact. I would really like to draw an Underworld Cookbook right now. Cookbook? Shit. Okay, what happens now? They pay for Pact. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can still primetime. If I attack right now, what happens? They go to 9 and just primetime me anyway. I could just leave up food and only get hit by 1 Primeval Titan, which is still not great. Okay. No. And I'm just gonna make a food right now. Yeah, that Force of Vigor was fucked. If I was just making 2 foods a turn, they could never win. So that was a really good Force of Vigor. Good sideboarding. Okay, they tapped weird a couple times and then figured out how to tap. They have exactly enough mana to activate Garen Brig. Oh, they moved into combat. That's great. Yeah, if they just committed to the second primetime first, then I can't kill them both and they get to attack with at least one of them. Okay, interesting. I think they messed this up. And they're still ahead unless I draw a way to make a second food. But that I don't think was the way to go. So Cookbook, Goose off the top. What else is good here? Cookbook, Goose. I boarded out my ovens, right? Yeah, there's none of those in the deck. Jukabog, Irel. Double Saga is pretty good. That's going to be hard to beat. Let's just draw a Cookbook, please. Please. Thoughtseize. I needed that last turn deck. And I believe the game is over. I guess I could play over Overchase Daredevil, double block primetime, and just hope to be alive. Seems unlikely, but alright, here it comes. You wanted it, you got it. Here's this. Maybe they'll decline paying for their pact. They didn't do that. Yeah, that Thoughtseize showed up a turn late. Sun Home. Oh, that was just in their hand. So they can give primetime double strike. At the very least. Yeah, so I can't even block. I will say the obvious thing out loud, which is that Glimmer Bairn was not very good here. And if we had a more focused like food deck, like if I did have the full commitment, like 4 Street Wraith, 4 Cap, 4 Oven, maybe we win this game. But obviously that didn't happen. Well, they can give this double strike. If they do that, it costs 1, 2, 3, 4. Christ, they have so much mana, and they can still make all their sagas. They did just tutor up a red source. They have white over here, so yeah, I'm just not going to block. I'll go to 4. Yep. I might be able to combo kill them this turn. Is that possible? Is there a draw that does that? If there is a draw that does that, it's certainly not Glimmer Bairn. By attack, they can make 2 3/3s, which are bigger than all my creatures. Yeah, all right. We're done. That was closer than it may seem. Like, the Force of Vigor, if they didn't have Force of Vigor, I win that game easily. If I drew my Thoughtseize a turn early, I win that game. So there were a couple hot moments there, but we did draw 2 Glimmer Barons and never really were able to feed them or fling them. So that was a huge, and being Daredevil flooded with no cookbook, bad times. Whatever, next round. I'm on the play in the 4th round, and if my Goose survives, I have a finale on turn 2. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to fetch Stomping Ground and play Goose. They have the basic swamp already for black. Stomping Ground. Get loose, my Goose. Oh, is it hammer time? Portable Hole. Do they want my food or my Goose? My Goose. Okay, fair enough. Green source? Yeah. Had it the whole time. Gonna get Overgrown Tomb now, round out my colors. Being a little reckless with my life total, but I think it's more important to be on board. Be set up. Here's Asmoran. Wonder if they wish they saved that hole. I hope they don't have another one. A blue land. Oh, we're Jeskai something or other. Oh, this is fun. Some sort of sick Urza deck. I think Eli Cassis played some sort of Urza Stoneblade deck at the Star City Invitational. And that might be what we're looking at here. Academy Manufacturer gets to pop next turn, but I do have to spend a turn developing before then. Bairn, and I'm going to leave Cat in my hand. That's a good discard to make food if I have to kill something this turn. And Asmoran does control Urza pretty well. Unfortunately, if they have the sword, it's not going to matter. They can make infinite life and opters in response to Urza dying. Or Sentinel, yeah, whatever. Why didn't I play Glimmer Bairn last turn? Was I supposed to do that? I don't know. Finale is pretty cool, but I'm going to manufacture right away. Then attack with my creatures. These are both bigger than Esper Sentinel. Okay, they are sacking their Chromatic Star to make a Thoppy. Double block, they lose their whole board for a food token, so that's definitely not the play. I'm going to discard my Cat right now. Make sure I get paid on my treasure tokens, or on my bonus tokens. And I have 2 foods if they jam Urza here. They don't have the sword in play already. My hole! I am not going to roast anything in response. I think that these creatures in play are good enough as they are. Right, this is going to entomb the sword. And then they have the combo. Hope they don't have a mana right now. Alright, cool, they didn't. I'm not going to bring the Cat back. I don't think that's important. Draw Oval Chase. Oh, that's even better. You look dead to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can make more. I think I just attack with my creatures, see what happens. Here they come. Required to block Glimmer Bairn. I'll feed it a food. Kill the engineer in combat. I'm gonna fling this thing anyway, but I can at least have some fun with it. Sword of the Meek's in the graveyard. Force of Negation is the card I lose to. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's just go. I'm moving in. There's probably a smarter line here where I just like wait and make them commit to something, but I'm here to smash. This doesn't look like a force negation deck to me. And I was right. They're dead. Swing. Okay, we won a game 1. What do we do with this information? It's never happened before. Ancient Grudge seems pretty good against this artifact deck. Probably don't need all of them. We saw one island, saw Cavern and Basic Plains also. Boil's probably gonna be good, but I don't know if I want it. Thoughtseize is like medium plus, I think. This could be a deck that I just Veil of Summer Fling you is the plan. But if they have infinite life, that doesn't matter. So I think the Grudges are my priority. Asmoran's really good at controlling Urza and Stoneforge and all the things that they might have. Cat Oven is pretty embarrassing in the face of Thopter Sword. It's the original Cat Oven. The much more powerful version, so I'm off of that. Could do Veil, could do Thoughtseizes. I can slide a Thoughtseize in here. How many of these do I actually want? If I want more, what am I cutting? I don't... It's kind of awkward because we had several games where we had Cookbook in play but no Daredevil, and then we had that game where we had 3 Daredevils and no Cookbook. And balancing that's kind of tough. That's probably another reason why these sort of decks fell off, because you have this awkward tension between Cookbook and Stone Brick if you don't have Cookbook. All right, I'm just going to bring in one Thoughtseize and go to town here with my Ancient Grudges. Not that I don't think Thoughtseize good, it's just I don't know what else to cut at this point. Because I do want to maintain my entire proactive plan. Okay, cool. I have Cookbook and Daredevil for the first time in the entire league, and I have turn 2 Asmo. Chromatic Star. All right, I'm glad that was not Esper Sentinel. Oh, the Bairn is here too. The gang's all here. I have Bairn, Fling, Daredevil, Cookbook, and Manufacturer. Let's see who can Goldfish faster, I guess. Genius Smith, that's a good one. Should be able to kill it next turn. Jack-O-Lantern, I've never seen this card. Exile up to 1 card from a graveyard, draw a card, or make a mana of any color from the graveyard. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool card. Daredevil, get it back. Yes. And I have to fetch Stomping Ground here. I'll take the full beats for the privilege. Finale. Put in Asmoran. Get another book. Daredevil. Do I need to roast Smith right away? I don't think so. Whenever an artifact comes into play, get a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, I have a 3/3, which is bigger than their thing for now. I think I can chill. The second Cookbook also beats Jack-O-Lantern. Because Jack-O-Lantern could snipe the Daredevil out of my graveyard, but not if I discard another card and buy it back in response. Also pretty sure if I do that, they don't get to draw a card, because the ability would fizzle. Because it has no legal targets. Boundary, that's a little scary. Okay, that can come in. I am worried about Urza, but that's about all I'm worried about. Do I kill Smith? No, I can kill Smith whenever, it doesn't matter. Ancient Grudge, okay. That's a good card. I'm gonna double up my Cookbook here. And then I think I want to kill this thing and then attack. Or I should make some foods first. Daredevil, Daredevil. I'm gonna kill Smith and attack for 3. They might get Pithing Needle off of Urza's Saga and name either Cookbook or Asmoran, but I have the Ancient Grudge for that. Do they have Path to Exile? Okay, they do. That's cool. Alright, yeah, my creature's gone. I'll get a Forest. I think Forest is better than Mountain. I'm gonna Grudge this turn, almost certainly. If I Grudge now, they don't even get the 1/1. But then Jack-O-Lantern can take my Ancient Grudge before I can cast it. The Saga dying's a big deal. That sets them back a mana, so Urza gets farther away. I'm really not worried about much in this matchup except infinite Thopters. Even like a medium amount of Thopters I could tread through. But infinite is a really big number. It's the biggest number, in fact. It's so big it's not even really a number. It cannot be counted to. They went in on the Construct. And yep, Pithing Needle, guaranteed. That was always going to happen. Don't worry about it. Naming Underworld Cookbook. Sure. And they played a tapped artifact dual land. Cool. So I'm going to get to light up here. Grudge the Needle. Then untap. Grudge the Foundry. Oh, I can do so good here. All right. Here's this jerk. Grudge your Foundry. And I'm going to feast while I can feast. I get the treasures. And the treasure lets me cast Bairn. Or is Cookbook better? The extra Cookbook is better. Can I go off this turn? I'm actually really close. I think I'm 1 mana short. So I can discard one more time. Daredevil. Who's the artifact deck now? Yeah, I can Bairn, but I can't Fling. Oh, that's so close. Disappointing. Okay, I'm going to pass the turn. I'm not going to let them have to exile my Glimmer Bairn. But I can win next turn pretty easily. That Ancient Grudge was clutch. That card's so messed up. Right, there's the sword. You have the Foundry as well. Jack-o'-lantern, you got it. Not super worried about that card at this juncture. I'm not going to block your 3/3 either. And leave all my treasures and tokens intact. Okay, I'm going to start with cooking the book. I can discard Verdant Catacombs in response to Jack-o'-lantern if they move on that. Alright, they know better. And cook another book. How many cards can I draw? I have 5 clues. I can make it 6. And I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. It takes 3 to combo with Fling. I can afford to draw a card or two here. Crack my clue. Another land. I should probably not go any deeper on that. But I'll fetch. I'll just go for the kill here. Bairn. And we're going in. I'm going to eat the foods first because they're the least important token. The little Bairn that could. I think it heard me talking about how it hasn't been very good this league. And just wanted to show up for me. I'm going to go a little deeper than I need to on damage in case they can gain life somehow. Swing. We're on the board. We took down a match. Going into the final round, playing for half our money back. Let's go! I'm on the play against a Kahira deck, which I just realized is the first companion we've played against in this league, which is insane for a modern queue. My mana base kind of hurts, but I'm going in on it. I hope to draw a stable source of mana next turn. Alright, this does appear to be some sort of elemental deck and not a control deck. It's hard to tell with Kahira because usually the only creature in control decks is Solitude, and they can play Kahira mostly for free. But sometimes it's actually just an elemental tribal deck. Saheeli Rai. Okay, so... Oh. Their only creatures are cats. Cat, Elemental, Nightmare, Dinosaur Beast. Alright, this is cat combo. Cool. Cookbook. That's a good one to find right now. That lets me Asmo. Is that actually helpful? Yeah, I mean, not gonna hurt. I mean, other than the mana it takes to cast the thing. Cookbook. Eat land. I'm gonna discard Glimmer Bairn. I think this is gonna be a Mayhem Devil game. I don't need to play the second Cookbook yet. It's not doing anything. I don't have the Daredevil. But Asmo controls the cat combo completely. Blocks time in action over there. Putting in a Triome. Extra Triome. Ooh, the Bairn. Alright, the combo's here. Attack with Asmo. Yeah, I'm just putting Bairn into play. Let them know. They're on notice. The mana situation's getting pretty dire. Like, Goose being my red source means that's one less token I'll get. They can copy Blocks Diamond, put another land into play. Or just scry one. That works too. Ran Saheeli out there. No respect at all. I'm not going to do anything in the end step. Ooh. That's fun. Okay, how do I kill Saheeli this turn? I can just attack her with my 2 creatures. See what happens. I don't think I can kill my opponent, not even close. I'm just going to attack Saheeli with my creatures. Do I care about Saheeli? I guess is a better question. I'm gonna attack my opponent. Yeah, if I can get them into fling range or devil range, I think that's more important than Saheeli. Okay, yeah. Take the 3, block the Baron. I'm not gonna feed that. And we've got 1, 2, 3 manufacturers in. I can manufacture tokens as needed, turn cookbook into food and 2 other things, which also gives me a treasure, which is in the other red source. So we're starting to turn a corner here if we can survive this turn, which if they go like land, path to exile, cat, I lose. Just hope they don't do that. Actually, do I even lose to that? Could I kill them in response? Like I make cookbook. No, I'm a mana short. I don't get 2 treasures. And I would have to use the treasure for both mana and power and toughness on Baron, but we're really close, actually. Ooh, Omnath. Powerful. That's a good card, I've heard. Okay, so I can kill Omnath in response to the second trigger. Like if they crack this fetch land, I can make sure they don't get 5 mana. Or 4 mana. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait until the end step where they hopefully can't use 4 mana. But if they crack their fetch land, I'll make a bunch of stuff and kill Omnath right away. Okay, they're giving me the end step. All right, I'm gonna hope that they can't use these instants. Cookbook. All right, they're doing something with the mana. Here it comes. Kind of hope it is Path to Exile, honestly. Just let me fling you with impunity. Pitching. Oh shit, that's really good. Solitude, Ephemerate Solitude. That'll clean me up pretty good here. So if they go after like Asmo and Manufacturer instead of Bairn, there's a chance. Oh wait, no, because the Manufacturer doesn't operate. All right, yeah, I fucked that up. Should have just waited. Forgot about Ephemerate. That's a card in this format. I did draw a land, which lets me Mayhem Devil. Is that helpful? I think Fling might be off the menu. I can sack food the same, like 1, 2, 3. But food is more valuable in a variety of ways, I think. I could discard Cookbook, lose the Fling. I don't think we're flinging this game anymore. I want Mayhem Devil in play, but I also want to draw cards. I'm just gonna fetch a Stomping Ground here. Yes, and then, yeah, I guess I just leave all my tokens in play. Here's Mayhem Devil. And then, if I attack Saheeli with Bairn, what happens? They block with something. Probably Arboreal Grazer. And I'm going to attack Saheeli. I'm going to try not to get cat comboed. Okay, so sack a token. 1 to Solitude. And I can... Is there a fling here? I can make 1 red. Now I'm 1 like resource point somewhere short of doing any of that sort of thing. Okay, I'll just sack another food to the Bairn and finish off Solitude. I can't let them start copying Solitude with Saheeli. All right, Omnath is a tough one. They get to Ephemerate that. Saheeli is still on the Scry train. Omnath can't attack because they blinked it. 3 cards in hand. Saheeli's been used, but that doesn't matter because the cat can flicker Saheeli, then that's a new Saheeli that can copy cat. Cycling a land, I like that. Not an exciting use of mana. Oh shit. They still have a lot of mana. That's how Omnath works. Yeah. Burn for your shame. I'm gonna put 1 damage on... And putting 1 on Saheeli doesn't matter. I'll put 1 on Omnath, just in case we get up there. Oh, they have the cat. Okay. That's actually fine. And I'll tell you why. Because they're gonna... Oh, okay. They know better than to go for it. They know they're dead too. Yeah, they're paying attention. I can make a food at any point, sack the food to Glimmer Bairn, and ping Saheeli. And when they copy the cat with Saheeli, she is briefly on 1 loyalty. They have a second cat. It's pretty good. They can cat blink Oath of Nissa again, if they want to. There's cat again. Blinking Oath again. Yeah, they're just settling into the control side of the deck. which is the right place to be. Solitude. Shit. We're in trouble, squad. Second cookbook was not what I'm looking for. I'm gonna draw a card with Nurturing Peatland, which will generate a ping. I think I want to work on Omnath, though I'm not convinced that's actually any good. Finale. That does generate Asmo. Guard a card. But Asmo doesn't help here. Maybe I just shouldn't show them the Finale. I can Asmo with nothing floating, no more tokens, no means of generating them. I could fling at Omnath, but then I lose to Saheeli. They haven't seen Fling yet. All right, I'm going to concede. They would have to mess up pretty hard for me to have a chance in this game. Like, I'm losing to the Solitude in their hand, plus this combo's just sitting in play when they're ready to go for it. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass this one up before I show them Fling or Finale. Thoughtseize seems pretty reasonable here. Oil is probably pretty good. The Cat Oven half of the deck is more reasonable than it's been, I think. Though Devil, Manufacturer are both really good too. Like, the cuttable cards during sideboarding are like the 3-drops and the Cat Oven package, and I kind of want all of it. I might need to... I think I need to go big against this deck, not small. Devil and Manufacturer are the things that go big, and I am bringing in the Boil. They have a pretty greedy mana base over there. Let's beat it up. My hand has nary a land at all. I'm gonna mulligan. This hand's not super interactive, but I can ship a Baron. I do have a quick Manufacturer. Let's hope I find anything that uses Manufacturer. I guess Goose does. Like, I can Manufacturer turn 2, then just tap Goose to make a food and get 3 things on the following turn. Oh, they have Solitude in their hand. I was about to say, Solitude breaks that up pretty well. Okay, that is incentivization. Is that a word? Incentive to wait on the Manufacturer. I'm going to shock in Blood Crypt. That has the 2 colors I don't have yet. Okay, here we are. All dressed up with nowhere to go. Solitude does check the Glimmer Bairn beatdown pretty well. And if they do just Solitude Ephemerate here, that could suck. Okay, let's draw Daredevil. Stomping Ground, okay. Put that into play. Summon my Manufacturer. I'm going to attack with Glimmer Bairn. Nope, that's terrible. That gets blown right the fuck out by Ephemerate. They get to kill all my creatures if they have Ephemerate there. And I'm going to be crazy patient with my activation of Cookbook. Like, I can wait until my turn. That doesn't kill any of my things. I can wait until my turn, activate Goose. If they Ephemerate in response, I can Cookbook, and I'll get triple tokens somewhere. Okay, I'm going to start with Cookbook, discarding Forest, see if they have the Ephemerate, or if they want to spend the Solitude, even if they don't have the Ephemerate. But I do want to start making clues, because I need clues to get ahead in this game. They are going for it. Solitude, so I actually have to create a food now, because if I wait, they can target with the removal first and then Ephemerate, so I need to do this before this card's in play if I want to guarantee extra tokens. They're in the tank pretty hard about this food token, which makes me think they have a second Solitude or a Path to Exile or something, and then they're just debating if they care that much. Like, the second Solitude is a very real cost. You have to pitch another thing and you can't Ephemerate twice. Or they're just coming to terms with the fact that they were checkmated by me making tokens at 2 different times in the turn. Who knows? Maybe they fell asleep. Any of these things could be true. Their deck is awesome, by the way. The deck that my opponent is playing right now is something I could definitely get into. Patreon subs, if you're watching this, if anyone wants to see me play this crazy Kahira Cat Company, I guess it's not company, Cat Copy Omnath deck, I would be extremely interested in putting it on the channel. Please and thank you. The Goose resolved. Let's see what else we got here. Is there anything I can do? I can crack the clue. I don't think that matters, though. Like, I can land, treasure, crack clue. That is not the way, though. And Solitude Ephemerate is so good when you're a creature deck. Solitude eats the Manufacturer. It's gone. You got it. Ephemerate. Okay, where else is it going? Goose or Bairn? Yep, Bairn. That's probably the right choice. I don't think spewing tokens into gaining life makes any sense there. Tokens have value in the deck at various different points throughout. I am going to shock this in and draw a card with Clue. Field a Goose. Do I want to turn my treasure into a Goose right now? Yeah, sure. It's all the same. And having Goose in play where I can activate it next turn, generating more foods, is relevant. So I definitely feel that this game is over by a long margin. I think if I could cheat and stack my deck and draw 2 cards next turn, I would still lose this game. They decided not to Ephemerate. They're just like, yeah, fuck it, I got you beat. And I'm sure they're right. Omnath, that's a good one. Taking their attack with Solitude. Hard-earned attack. They spent the iron price on that. Thoughtseize you. Moral Victory, take the Saheeli. So their hand really is only Wrenn and 6. They have the Cycle land, though. And they also have Kahira. They're full of gas, and I'm dead to their board. I don't know what the hell I'm saying right now. It's like, oh, they only have Wrenn and 6 in hand. No, they don't. Omnath is so sick. Remember when they printed that card into Standard when Uro was already legal? What are you doing, Wizards of the Coast? Kahira's in the grip now. Now they're on Elemental Beatdown. And it's going to get the game over with very quickly. 5/9. They have Wrenn in hand that can deal 1. And Wrenn in play that can deal 1. But I have a bunch of food. I'll just eat it. Cycled their farmland. Wrenn is returning their farmland. Yeah, they're not even interested in trying to ping me. They're just like, I'll draw extra cards. Which is almost certainly the right play, because I'm dead to their board anyway. And I can eat the food, as described. Ooh, do we get the Moral Victory? This only even kills 2 lands. Whatever, I'm jamming it. I put it in my deck. I'm going to cast it, kill 2 of their lands, cackle my way to the bank, and then concede. Yeah, gotcha. All right, you win. Sick deck. And they played it well. This deck, I think that... I'm not sure if it is just structurally unsound in the absolute meat grinder that is the modern format. Everyone is going hyper efficient or hyper big, and sometimes both, depending on the list. And I think the cat oven thing is just too slow. I think if you want to be an Azmoran deck, you need Urza Saga, which I'm not playing because I was making room for Glimmer Bairn. Maybe getting back towards Beerguard's original list with the collected companies and stuff, just chucking permanents into play and hoping to cheese with Bairn is better. But I think if we're doing that, then we should acknowledge that this deck simply doesn't hang out with the modern format. Like the Glimmer Bairn, we did the thing a couple times, and it was a thrill when we got to do it. And if that's what you want to do, this is a good place to do it. That was a lot of fun when it happened. I'm not poo-pooing anyone's particular interest in how they want to play Magic. But if you want to win the game, if your goal is to win tournaments, the Glimmer Bairn thing is too cute. I think you should lean harder into Urza Saga in that, just like replace these 4 cards with 4 Urza Saga, and then 2 of the lands with like another cat, another oven maybe, and then you have a deck again. Obviously you get to cut the flings at that point, but now I'm just describing an Azmoran food deck, which we've all seen and we know about. But this was fun, Beerguard. The Glimmer Bairn did get sent in the air a number of times. How to support this in the shell is going to be the puzzle, because that was strong. People just died when I had the things. I would cut the Witch's Oven. I was not considering the full context of the modern format when I snuck that into the deck. Like, it barely matters. The format's too fast, too efficient, and even when you do go off, people are doing bigger things than that. So That's a no from me, dog, on Witch's Oven. I did like the finale a lot. Getting Asmo into play in multiple different ways is cool. I did miss having 4 Street Wraith because there was that game where Asmo just rotted in hand. So this list needs tuning. The Nurturing Peatlands, when they came up, were relevant. Mayhem Devil, unfortunately, never got to shred. But games just either ended faster than that or were way past the point where it was relevant. And I think that's what I'm talking about with the efficiency of the modern format. Like Mayhem Devil probably just picks apart Hammer Time. Just all their creatures are X1s and X2s and just machine gun them down. But we didn't play that matchup. Played against a lot of big creatures or no creatures. I don't have a whole lot of elegant thoughts about how to fix this, but definitely there are flex slots here. And you could cut the fling stuff, be a food deck, cut the cat oven stuff, be a fling deck, and more experimentation is needed to find the ideal list. But Glimmer Bairn did get whipped at a few faces, so we can call this one a success. Thank you, Beer Guard, for submitting this deck. It was a lot of fun to play. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you want to submit your crazy deck, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership links. Those are perks through those channels. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the videos. They drop every day, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.